Welcome back, everybody. So today we're going to have the next tasting of my small batch Rye IPA or double Rye IPA batch 4. In total, I do have 7 batches in this series. Excuse me. I like that spice. I don't know where it was. I had a Rye IPA and I really enjoyed it. And I think I saw somebody brewing a rye stout or a stout with some rye in it. I am saying this is a double rye. It is over 7.5, and for me, a double IPA starts at 7.5. Small gallon batch, 1.25 gallons going into the carboy. 2 pounds, 1 ounce of pale malt, or you can use 2-row. I use 2-row. 5.5 ounces of white wheat, 5.5 ounces of rye, 3.7 ounces of flaked rye, 1 hour boil, 0.28 ounces of Motueka at 60, 0.28 ounces of Chinook and Motueka at 5 minutes. Dry hop, 0.24 ounces of Motueka, 0.12 ounces of Chinook and Citra hops. Motueka I did get out of my Yakima Valley hop box, and that was box 1. Bottled on 420, 8.64% ABV. Let's go ahead and get this open and see what we think. I think I made a smash beer with Motueka. I could be wrong. Good hiss, good smoke, still smoking. Let's see if we get ahead on this one. Better than the last one. There's a whole bunch of stuff in there. I wonder if this is the last bottle. I can see it floating in there. There's a whole bunch of stuff on top too. Never seen that. They're like, I mean, they don't even look like gnats. Like they're little black things. Hopefully this thing's good. Head is dying down. What I do have is white. It's transparent in the middle, but that's because I was ranting about what was in here. Not even a quarter finger of head. Color. Golden yellow in color, hazy, more hazy than say just being cold. I can see bubbles. I can make out the light box. Looks good. It doesn't look like a standard Rye IPA or like batch 1 and batch 2 because those were using the caramels. But yeah, looks like it should. This actually looks like what I've always thought a wheat would do to a beer. It has more protein, so it's going to leave your beer cloudier, and that's what I would think. I doubt you guys can tell, but that's what I would think wheat would do. You could still see through it, you can still make stuff out, but it's not clear at all. Let's go ahead and smell. I almost want to say like a melon fruit with malt. Almost snorted it. Like, yeah, almost like a melon fruit malt. Like a lightly toasted malt. I'm not really picking up any wheat like I did out of batch 3. It's almost like that Motueka is bringing out that toasted malt from the 2-row, which really isn't, I wouldn't consider it toasted. Not like a caramel or a 40 or a 60 or an 80 or a 100. But yeah, that malt presence, it's not sweet. I'm not picking up any spice. It smells good, but yeah, I think it's just weird, like a melon fruit malt, toasted malt, lightly toasted malt. What just came to me is like toasted bread with some kind of jam on it, but not a heavy fruit, a lighter fruit. But you'd have to put some melon on there. Let's go ahead and taste. That's a different taste. A little malt up front. Big spice, not bitterness, spice. Did I write down what the Motueka? No, I didn't. There's definitely something different about this one versus the other three. I don't know what it is. Big spice though. This one is loaded with spice. And there's no way it's from the Chinook. It goes away quick. It's dry. So I would say this one finished very low. We started at 18 bricks. We finished at 8, so probably not that low. Yeah, very dry finish on this one. Even the aftertaste, that spice goes through, and there's really nothing else there. Maybe a little toasted malt, but there's something in the back of the taste. But I think that spice level is like killing it. It's almost like an older fruit, like generic fruit that's in there. It's like up front, there's like nothing from the beginning of the palate almost all the way to the end. It's almost like it's overcarbed, and you're not getting anything until the end of the palate. Then, yeah, there's some older fruit, big spice goes down. You get that spice, maybe a little toasted malt in there, and that's it. I mean, I guess you could say because all that stuff was floating in there, I've got a pretty good head, a fingers of head on here where I guess the other ones do too. I've got all the bottles sitting over there. Um, it's almost like this has triple, quadruple the rye in it. Just because how much spice is there. And it's not bitterness. It's definitely spice. Nice, smooth, thicker beer, which doesn't make sense if it's dry. I guess it could be, but usually when a beer's dry, you're pulling out all the sugars, which is going to lead to a thinner body. But maybe that white wheat is helping with that body a little. Um, I would not make this because it's almost all spice. It's almost like that. I don't know. Motueka doesn't play well with rye. I'm not getting any. I guess you could say that old fruit is from the Citra. It's coming across old because of all the spice. I don't know. I have to make more beer to find out. Um, it's okay. It's drinkable. Would I drink a lot of them? No, because that spice really builds. I don't get any alcohol in here, but there's not a lot of flavor to the beer. Uh, it's like I'm breathing spice. That's how much is in here. Motueka was 6.2. So using it at the beginning of the boil probably wasn't the best. I should have probably took that out and put the Centennial in and just left the Motueka at the end of the boil and in the dry hop, probably. But yeah, it's okay. Again, I wouldn't make it again. Way too much spice. That spice keeps building. Something is cutting it off. And from review 4, where I did get um, the wheat, like a citrus wheat, I would say the Motueka doesn't play well with rye. But we'll have to make some more and find out. So if you enjoyed this video, check some more out over here. And until next time, happy brewing.